is that this accident took place around 3 in the morning, so we know it was dark. What we know right now, Cyril, is that this accident took place around 3 in the morning, so we know it was dark. We know that it was also a little bit foggy, so those could have been reasons that have made this worse than it would have otherwise been. Authorities are saying about 60 people are known to have been killed, upwards of 60, but that death toll is likely to rise. India's railway ministry spokesperson has said that emergency services are now on war footing. And India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi tweeted earlier this morning, he said he was, quote, anguished beyond words at the loss of lives due to the derailing of this train, the Patna-Indore Express. So, Cyril, as you can see from the pictures there, from around about the crash site, this is a really serious train derailment. There are about 22 coaches on this train. About 14 of them were derailed. And as you can see there, they just flipped over. About 60 people were killed. Authorities say there are a number of people who may yet be trapped under some of the it seems that every few years there are fairly serious train crashes in various parts of India. Some of this is because the Indian Railways is a very old network. It is one of the largest rail networks in the world. It is in large parts of this rail network, there are areas that need upgrades. There are areas that are very rural parts of India that are not serviced very well with ambulances. The upgrade work doesn't always take place the way it should. So, this is a railway system that is heavily used by Indians. More than 1 million people actually work at the Indian Railways, and it services hundreds of millions of Indians every day. A lot of these train accidents that take place often tend to be overnight trains when visibility is low, when there may be fog or smog.
Right, and as you mentioned, I mean, it's known that in India, the infrastructure, the transport infrastructure, whether it's bus or trains, can be used very intensively. A lot of people use those to commute. Is it possible at all that overcrowding might have been an issue?
I mean, that's hard to say, Cyril, because every day Indian buses and trains, tend to be overcrowded. What we know about this particular train is it was going from two very busy cities, the city of Indore, which is in central India, and going all the way to the east to Patna. So there were many people on this who were traveling overnight, likely to go to their families in the city of Patna, in the state of Bihar. The way that these trains work is that they have compartments that are based on classes. So there's a first-class compartment, there is what is known as a two-tier compartment, and a three-tier compartment, which means that they have 3 beds or 2 beds. But there's also a general compartment, and in the general compartment, people just pack in. You can often pay on the way. These are deeply uncomfortable ways to travel in India, but a lot of poor Indians need to travel that way, and so the fear is right now, Cyril, that those compartments that were overpacked, the general category compartments, there may be more people on those compartments than is on the road. That's the worry. Coaches that have flipped over. The National Disaster Response Force is already on the scene. More units are on the way. And some of them are using gas cutters, which we've seen on TV as well, to try and rescue people who may be trapped in the debris. So a very serious ongoing crisis here in India.
Ravi, you told me moments ago that India, unfortunately, is no stranger to rail accidents.
Yeah, this is true. I mean, for a number of years, we've been seeing railway accidents are not uncommon in India. This clearly is one of the deadliest in the last few years. But that said, if you look at the last 50 or 60 years,